thought I'd finish this one off. So I'm going to get 2 brushes on go. I'm going to get some, see, like I've got these brushes here, that one and that one. I'm going to put some yellow in for these brushes here. You don't want to just get sort of the top on them, but you get a bit, and then I'm going to use a dark brush as well and darken this bit and blend the two together at the same time so it goes wet in wet. So that's why I'm going to use dark on that black brush and light on the light brush. Right, so let's crack on then. So some yellow. I'm going to do this background bush here. That's my front bush there. This background bush here. So I'll just whack that in there, just like that, all the way across. Blah 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 like that. And I tell you what, this one here as well. Stick that one in and all. Sorted. Right. Then to me, darker colour. It'll help as well to bring out some of this stuff in here. It'll help highlight these lights here as well. Then that's where my dark and my light hit, look. They're going to touch each other and bleed into each other. Give me a nice soft line where they bleed. Touch more yellow because it's not quite bleeding as much as I would have liked it, so I'll bang a bit more yellow in there. Let the two blend together. There we are. Nice, sorted. And then I'll come across here. Add a bit of yellow in there and all. Some yellow in here. There, I'll tell you what, if I work fast, that'll help. It'll help blend them together better. To there. And then while that's still wet, straight into there with this dark green colour. Into these bits here. There. Blending two together a bit so I get that nice soft edge in it. Ow, look at that. It's looking good in it. I'll tell you what I'm going to just do. I'm going to just step back in a minute and just check that that's looking alright. Let me stand right back. Yeah, looks okay, I think. That looks slightly too dark, but remember it's going to dry lighter, you see. So that's the edge of that one there. So I think there's a little bit in here. That's the edge of this one. And that's the edge of that one. So I think there's going to be a little bit of this dark colour just in there. A little bit like that. There. Again, just touch a few bits into each other so it blends nicely. That's it. What we got in here? I might slightly darken some of that up and all. If I take that bright yellow and put it into some of that dark colour, oh, that's nice. Just come in, just slightly darken up some of this right at these edges. That'll fill in to the side of that bush. Let's get some really yellow and all in there. That's it. Nice. And let me get this tiny little brush now. Just come into some of these careful bits here. Some blades of grass in there. I think that's some blades of grass there. I think that's bring down into there. Just doing all these fiddly bits, you see. So a bit more. Just to bring some of this, make it stand out a bit there. I think that's all right. So that can be left to dry a bit now. Right, what else do I need? I need some waterlines going on that in a minute. But also, I want a big shadow coming across from here to frame it, I think what I'll do is I'll curve it down a bit there so it looks like that path's dipping in a bit, and just bring it straight across. So all this stuff's light's coming in that way, so it's going straight across, so it's not cutting across that path. The shadows from these are going across there, sort of thing, behind the path. So shadow off here. It's going to tell you what. Let me get that. Where's that spiky brush gone? There she is. Get this spiky brush and get just get some of this stuff here. That can be my shadows there. Oh, that's nice, very nice. And some bits here as well. This stuff's in shadow right in there, and then I'll use my smooth brush for my path, because my path's smooth, you see. Right, let's have, so sort of, like I say, I think I'll dip it down slightly so it looks like my path curves, something like that. I'm going to mix these colours a bit. I'm going into more dark brown now. I'm going to blend these two colours into each other a bit, and then back into that purplish. Come right across there, something like that. This is all the trees and stuff, and some of that purple back in there. There, some of this purple just dabbling up there a bit. Same again in a second. I'm going to stand back and see what this looks like. Or always a good idea to keep standing back, making sure things look right. Now, hopefully that's just a perfect frame for that. I think what I'm going to do actually, I'm just going to bring a couple of bits across there like that, so that looks like, to me, this is a tree. This is a tree. So my branch off tree and my trees off that side there. That's it. I think we're pretty good at that. Couple of bits there. See what that's like from. So I'll stand back and have a quick look. Oh, I'm liking that. Right, I'm going to dry the whole thing with thorough dryer and then put some Watercolour in, I think. I'm in two minds with this. Just to drag a wet brush across it. Let me just stand back and have a look. I'll just drag a damp brush across that, just to sort of make it look smooth like water. And that it means I'll have to dry it again. Just a damp brush. So I've dipped this brush in water. I've dabbed the sides on my tea towel, and I'm just gonna sort of bit like that. You know what? Let's dip it in some yellow to do it. I don't want to be taking. See how that's taking a bit of colour out. Don't really want to take too much colour out. Try and get it to come across in a straight line. That's looking somewhat like, hopefully. I could regret doing this. Like a bit of purpley blue across there. Looks like I've took a tiny little bit too much out there. Sorry. a bit back in. What's that look like? Oh, bad does it? A bit more back in there. There, and then a couple of dark streaks across. I think we've about cracked it. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that to that. And I'll put some waterlines in. Should look cool. Pretty much want that bone dry. That's pretty dry, that's good. Right, so a few water lines in. Right, so there. So there's a little bit of water line in there if you look. A little bit there. I'm just going to top it up a bit. Can you see what I'm doing? Just tiny little bits. Not much. This will go faint as well. Some of this will fade back. What might be quite a good thing, because like I say, I've already got these tiny bits of water lines in there, so I'm just topping up a bit. Right, so look now, so hard to say, let's have one about here. And you noticed, right, back in the day we used to have breakfast, right, and then we had his dinner, right. What nowadays people call it lunch. I always call it dinner, but a lot of people call it lunch, right. Breakfast and lunch, right. Now they've invented a thing called brunch. What you have in between breakfast and lunch, called brunch. Well, I'll tell you what, it's no wonder we're all getting fat. Back in the day, we had breakfast and dinner. We didn't call it lunch, we called it dinner. So, it's no wonder I blame politics. There, what's that like? Is that enough? Is that enough? I don't know. Top it up a bit more, this bit in the middle here. Thicken it up a bit. There, I think that's nearly enough. Just thicken it up a bit. You can do this by lifting colour out as well. You could do that with a damp brush, lift some colour out, dab it, and that'll work as well. Right, I think that's that. Let's say a look now. Shall I put my BD in white? I reckon it show up pretty good in here. A BD in white. If I stick it there. Bye. Bye. Birdie D. Birdie D. There. Job's a good one. Let me stand back and have a look. See if it's a masterpiece or not. Yeah, I'm reckoning that looks alright. Tell you what I might just do. Tell you what I might just do. Just a bit. Some of this so that goes there. Oh, let's just drag that one across a bit there. I think that'll look. That's it. That looks better, doesn't it? It looked a bit skew with that latter. That looks better. There we are. So, if you egg up that, see what you think. I broke it down into little separate videos for you, so it makes it easier. There's some past videos for you to look at, and that shows you how you can create light in your watercolour. So basically, when this is really dark, these colours are really dark, makes these lights and all these shadows and that makes it look like it's a hot day. So that's how you create like atmosphere in your watercolour, and that's how you get like your light in there and all. Tell you what, I've just thought of one more last thing. One last thing what I'm going to do. Just getting a bit of black paint, tiny bit. Just going to come in there and just pop in a couple of little twigs in there like that. Oh, that's good, doesn't it? There. You think I'm beating it?